Well, god dang, I tell you what, would you look at that? Some perfect pocket knives right there. That's right. These guys are 100% awesome. I'm gonna tell you why. Give me 1 second to reorient myself and fix my voice. All right. So I had filmed a video before, just kind of going through all of these, and I didn't really like the way it came out, so we're going to try this again. So these 5 knives are essentially perfect in their respective categories, their respective fields, and I'm going to tell you why in just a second. But first, just as a roll call, we got the Koenig Arius, the Demco 8020 full tie, the Tuya Knife Envy, the Benchmade Mini Adamas in Crewwear, and the Southern Grind Spider Monkey. So let's get into these knives and why they're great. First, we will start off with the Spider Monkey. This is a liner lock with carbon fiber handles machined and finished incredibly well by a gentleman named DJ Horn. The nice short pocket clip, raised up a little bit. This is actually a lot easier to get into your pocket than a lot of people think. They did the last run of these things basically for Blade Show 2021 because the company did get bought out, and it is unclear where they're going now. So if you guys are looking for just a really good all-around EDC knife that won't break the bank, that won't, stuff your pockets, that is just nice, easy to carry, and really well put together, I highly recommend the Southern Grind Spider Monkey. It's one of my favorite knives just for general EDC, use. The S35VN is a great steel for that purpose, and the finish that it has, this nice, beautiful stone wash, is really good for going through tons of material without taking a lot of damage. So that's one of the things that I really love about this is it's just a general use, great EDC knife to have with you at any given time for any given task. So next step up, we basically are going to talk about the Benchmade Mini Adamas in Crewwear, about similar size as the Spider Monkey. A couple of different features here. We have the axis lock from Benchmade, really strong lock. You got some speed holes in here to lighten it up a bit. This is a chunky boy with nice thick stock and a really durable Crewwear tool steel. The reason they coated the blade is because Crewwear is not completely stainless. It will take a patina, but I do like the general aesthetic of it. Kind of, reminds me of something, a little bit more durable and hard using, and this is definitely something that I would want to take with me if I were coming up against any cutting tasks that were, scary, I guess. One thing about this that I was really impressed with was, as far as Benchmades go, this thing is really well done. It was perfectly centered out of the box, I'm assuming. I got this from a buddy, Spence, at Blade Show. It came perfectly centered, really sharp, and the action is just amazing. Usually, if I ever had a Benchmade in, I'd have to take it apart, polish the washers, and fidget with it a good amount in order to get it to fall shut. But this guy, does it well all by itself. You could say it's the thick blade. You could say, it's because they care now. But for whatever reason, this knife and this knife design has really gotten to me. So, great knife, Benchmade Mini Adamas. And next one we got is the Tuya Knife Envy. This is a titanium frame lock made in China. But as far as titanium frame locks made in China go, this one is probably the best one I've ever handled, hands down. It is a wonderful piece of construction, wonderful piece of manufacturing, and the action is just out of this world good. You might have seen it on Neve's Knives. I know Nick Shabazz has done a video on it, but he mentioned it was like pretty comparable to super high-end knives like the Shirogorovs and a couple of other things, and I can definitely stand by that opinion. The detent on this is just amazing, and if you can look inside, you can see the detent ball. And if you compare that with, let's say, your Wee knives and your Rayots, the detent ball is just a little bit bigger, so you get a much tighter, much crisper detent on it than those other ones. And it does fall shut quite well. The pivot's quite tight on it, but you know, with a nice jerk, you can get it to fall shut just like that. We got milled handles there, milled clip, and one touch that's really awesome is the serialization of it. So the Tuya Knife Envy is definitely something, if you haven't checked out, maybe looked over, you want to take a look at it. It's designed by Dave Warren. He's the main distributor of Tuya Knife in the US, and it is a gem, a shining gem. The next knife really needs no introduction. This is the Demko Knives 8020 in full tie. It is basically taken 2020 and 2021 by storm because of this new shark lock, a really ultra durable lock designed and perfected by Andrew Demko over there in Wampum, PA. Is a super fidget friendly knife, makes amazing sounds, and is definitely a beast of a knife. I got this one personally from John and Andrew over at Blade Show. I had a vendor pass. I was there. Was one of the first people at the booth, along with Jimmy Slash, and I was very, very fortunate to meet the guys and get this from them in person. I've had a couple of these, and this one means a lot to me simply because I got it from the Demkos in person. They are probably some of my favorite knife makers to have ever made knives, and yeah, this is definitely a piece that I adore, and a lot of people adore. The next knife really also needs no introduction. This is one of my buddy Jake Bearded Gear's favorites. This is the Koenig Arius, and it is a Gen 4 with milled titanium handles, bronzed hardware, M390 blade, and one of the best actions I have ever felt in a pocket knife. Now, the more I look at it, this is like kind of a fractal of, you know, not terribility, but a fractal of perfection. Everywhere you look on this knife, you see attention to detail, you see refinement, you see mastery, and it is just a piece that really kind of rounds out this entire collection, and essentially, along with this guy, has broken me on pocket knives. Like, how can you get better than this? I mean, maybe if we get an Olamic in, hint hint, it might you know, round out the top three for me as far as, you know, manufacturing, durability, and aesthetics, hint hint. Those are kind of how I look at it. But yeah, the Koenig Arius is definitely something you want to check out if you're into pocket knives, into high-end knives. And I would like to thank Screamin' Pirate EDC and Brad over there for selling me this and allowing me the chance to experience the Koenig Arius. So this is going to be my first sort of, I'm still kind of in the honeymoon phase with this guy. Can't decide on a daily basis between these two. So it's kind of like night and day. But yeah, so the Koenig Arius definitely makes the list. And so just as a recap, we have the Spider Monkey by Southern Grind, the Benchmade Mini Adamas and Crewwear, the Tuya Knife Envy, the Demko 8020, and the Koenig Arius. So we have EDC, hardcore EDC, overseas production, and domestic production, but on two different spectrums. We got the durability, and then we got just the machining excellence over there. So anyway, thanks guys for taking a look at the video. Really appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button, comment down below, let me know what you think, if you've handled any of these guys, and you know, yeah, thanks a lot.